I just want to clear something up immediately because you're going to see me making a lot of different videos on this channel where I touch on non-duality from a lot of different angles, because my ultimate, I guess, aim with publishing these videos is that I want to share my own experiences as hopefully a way of providing extra perspective for people who might think like I do. Trying to contribute to creating a map of what the spiritual path might look like for certain individuals, because everyone ultimately is different, and I think it's important to get really as many voices as we can, or at least a good diversity of voices in the non-duality community, or whatever you want to call it, just to address that. But, it's funny because there's so many people on YouTube who make videos about spirituality and the path and non-duality. You got all kinds of people from all different backgrounds talking about this stuff, and that's beautiful. It's so lovely. But there's a lot of talking, isn't there? A lot of talking about spiritual experiences, a lot of talking about the path and about enlightenment, and it's really, really easy to intellectualize this understanding. Non-duality especially is so beautifully poetic with its words that so many of us practitioners get sometimes lost in the language of it, lost in the expression of truth, to the point in which we can sometimes stop looking at truth itself because we're too busy thinking about truth to look at truth. We're too busy looking at the finger as opposed to the moon that it's pointing at. And when we do this, we run the risk of really shooting ourselves in the foot, as I've done countless times, and I'm sure you might have done before. I think everybody, especially people in the West, does it from time to time. Really, I don't want to say that the real truth, but the truth is that there is no non-duality. There is no path to follow. There is no pathless path, direct path, progressive path. Just wipe that from your vocabulary from time to time, and really just try to recognize that it's not like all of that is just talk. It's just words. It's just trying to soothe the ego a little bit so that you can actually look towards truth. Real truth does not fit into any theory, even something as beautiful and clear as non-duality. It's the sound of a bird chirping. It's the feeling you get in your throat when you drink water. It's the sensation of your breath inhaling and exhaling. It's the sound of a car rushing by. It's the shaking of this bottle of sertraline pills. There is no path to truth, because truth doesn't go anywhere. You don't go anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're into non-duality or into gurdjieff or into Christianity or whatever else. It doesn't. Truth is truth. And the farther along you follow any given path, whether it is Christianity or non-duality or anything, it stops being a path. And you realize that it never was a path in the first place, and that viewing it as a path ultimately can start to become an obstacle. It implies that there's a place to get to, that there's a thing called enlightenment, some object the separate self can attain. But there's there's really just presence. There's just experience. That's what this is about. If you stop watching all non-duality or videos, stop reading all the books, and just actually sit with yourself, like really sit with yourself honestly, and just look at your experience. There's just experience. There's no path to it. There's no getting to experience, because you're always experiencing. You exist. You're alive. So, all spiritual systems have differences to them that are meant to cater to different egos. Some paths are more direct in how they attempt to express and evoke truth or invoke truth than others. But if you're really serious about this, then you have to reckon with the fact that your spiritual system, it's not real. That includes non-duality. There's just presence, peace, love. That's what it is.